Good afternoon and welcome to the preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. Good meeting here, a couple of Group 1 races, and there's a bit of depth in a lot of the races. Now there's three big jackpots for the day. There's the TT jackpot, 6-up jackpot, and the last two races, the DT. All three pots should get to a reasonable size, and there's no unraced affecting us in those races, so we'll be playing in all options. Looks a pretty good day on paper, and got a bit of confidence here that we may be able to finally blast out for the year and get on the right track. We start with race 1, typical class 5. Flying Supreme's drawn a marble, goes good this track and distance. It's probably going to be hard to beat, about 5 or 6 to 1. The jock's not much, but at least it's going to be up on the speed, so that's going to be a plus. Now, the track is the A course +3, so tends to favour slightly on speed. You wouldn't want to be last coming around the corner. Serendipity is an interesting one. Now, it's got most of its decent forms at Happy Valley. It doesn't come to Sha Tin all that often, but it's drawn a marble here and might be one at a big price that could run into the placings. Young Warrior, Man and Magical Beam and Cosmo 1 look best of the rest. 8 on top from 11, 3, 10, 5 and 13. Races 2 and 3 have unraced in them, so we're not worried about them. We go to race 4. Now this is the opening leg of the TT. We have an anchor here with number 3, Access Years. This was a good thing beating the last start. Drew the inside. He had it cruising coming around the corner, and then he got held up and couldn't get it out until it was too late and flashed home and ran second. If it gets out early, it wins. Barrier 2 is probably better now. At least he's not going to be on the rails. He should just hold his ground in the moving line. It's the anchor. Smart Forward. It was very unlucky last start also. Got shuffled back and come running home. Track work's been good since. If we're looking at a possible double banker, we might even play one set of tickets double banking these two. Then after that, there's a little bit of depth in the race for the placings. 14 Jolly Spring. Domineer had a drawn a barrier. Probably would have given them something to think about, but it might have to work a little bit too hard to get to the front here. It should lead. It'll be in front coming around the corner, and it's whether it's done too much work early as to whether it can hang on and run in the money. Winnie's horse has drawn well. Track work's been good. Had a trainer change. They've changed the gear on it. This is the one that may annoy Domineer up for the speed. So if they jump it out and it can get onto the speed, I think Domineer crosses. This sits second, and Access Years should sit third or fourth in the moving line. If it pans out like that, I think we're going to be pretty right. Danewin Tiger, Sparkling Bee, and General Irons, my Smoky at a massive price, goes in. 3 on top, the banker. 8, probably the second banker. From 14, 10, 2, 6, 4, and 13. We go to the middle leg. This is the toughest, probably the toughest leg. Jack's Gem. Now, this is trialled very, very well. Goes good this track and distance. The barrier's no help. That's the problem. Actually, the best 3 chances in the race have drawn 10, 11, and 12. So that's always a bit of a concern. Not too sure about this leg, whether we can get a banker here or whether we might need to go all ways. Certainly, there will be a ticket somewhere with them all ways in this leg. This is the one that'll make the prize up. I think if there's going to be a ball over, it's going to come in this race. I've got 7 on top from 6 and 3. Chances to 11, King Arata Son. 5, Thanksgiving. 9, Wynnum. And 12 and 14 look best of the rest. So there's 8 chances in the race. We go to the race 6. Weifeng Express. Won well last start. Drawn well. Should get a beautiful run on the speed. It's the one to beat. Red Dancers finally drawn a marble. If he can get it out and take advantage of barrier 1 and hold up on the fence, it'll be there in the finish at the end. Principal, that's getting close to a win now. It looks the best of the rest. Flame Hero's drawn badly. He's going to have to go back. Probably runs its best races at Happy Valley. Not sure about the mile with it. I think 1400 is probably better. Gold Talent. It was an improved run last start. It's got to go in from a good draw with 51 kilos. Of the rest, probably 9, 7 and 5 will get thrown onto the ticket in a placing type position. 4 on top from 3 and 6, chances to 10, 12, 9, 7 and 5. We go to race 7, the start of the good group racing. Flagship Shine, bad draw. He'll probably go back and try and slot in somewhere. There's not much speed here. If they go slow early, he will go forward, and he could even sit outside the leader here if he wanted to. Pretty smart horse, this. The mile, that's the only concern. If he runs a strong mile out, he'll be hard to beat. Able Friend, unlimited potential, this horse. This could be their next miler. And it'll need a bit of tempo on, but it'll be storming home late. Same with Designs on Rome. Good horse, back marker, needs a tempo on. And if it gets it, it'll be coming home late. The Smoky is the one. I think they've played a bit of ducks and drakes with this. I think this was the race they've always had in mind. Number 4, All You Wish. He sat at 3 and 4 wide its last couple of runs. Now it's drawn barrier 1. I think he pings it out and gets straight onto the speed with this. This is the knockout horse at 8 or 10 or 12 to 1. If it can get up and beat these other 3, it's going to give a big boost to the 6 up for sure. They're the only 4 you can really consider on the win line. 1 from 3, 2 and 4. Go to race 8. Again, Group 1 race, but not a lot of winning chances. Glorious Days was terrific, winning first up. He's freshened it up 6 weeks off, but that's how he does it with this horse. Barrier 11, that won't affect it too much. It'll go back and wait. Again, the 4 best chances have drawn 8, 9, 10 and 11. I think there's only 4 winning chances. There's 3 well in the market, and again, in this one, we've got a little Smoky that if we can get this one up, again, throw extra big value into the 6 up. 2 on top, Glorious Days from 4, Gold Fun and 3, Military Attack. They're the obvious 3. Dan Excel is the knockout horse. This ran second in this race last year. It's going all right at the track. If they run the race right and you can get it into the moving line, 4th or 5th in the moving line, it'll be charging home late. It's the blowout at a 10 or 15 to 1. And again, be a beautiful result for the 6 up if we can get this one home. But only 4 chances for me, 2, 4, 1 and 5. We go to race 9. DT here, going into the last 2 races, a couple of million jackpots, so the pot will probably get to 5 or 6 million. I've got 6 Cabayan on top from barrier 1, should take up a nice position. Douglas White up. Fabulous November, bad draw. He'll probably have to go back. I think if he tries to press on, he's going to find trouble. If he goes back, he might at least hold it up for a run and come with the last 300. Ho in 1. It'll be charging home late. Gallant Triumph, Master Sommelier, these 2 will probably settle off the speed. Both have performed reasonably well at their last start, and a little bit of improvement on that. Can see them right in the finish here. And 2 at a big price, 7 and 12, and the 2 go into the possible mix. On the win line, 6, 8, 5, 11 and 14 from a 6 up point of view. Place chances to 7, 12 and 2 for the DT. We go to the last. Tableau was huge first up, coming off good trial form. It's trialled again since and was fairly impressive. Track work's been good. As long as it jumps, it'll be right there in the finish. Sea Dragon, drawn a marble, going to go forward and get on the speed. This is more to its liking. It's ready to win now. Sunny Ying's got the barrier to go to the front. Should get a bludge here. There's no speed, and it's probably going to get a soft run in front. If it gets that, might give them something to chase. So it definitely goes in. Number 12, Travel Band, Barrier, won't settle as far back hopefully this time, and from that inside draw maybe can be right in the finish. And number 11, Cracker Jack, another one that's drawn well in Barrier 1. I think it's got to go in from a 6-up point of view. There's 5 winning chances for me in the 6-up, and place chances for the DT to 4, 10 and 14. But 6 on top, and probably an anchor from 1, 3, next best clear, and then small chances to 12 and 11 on the win line, place chances to 4, 10 and 14. It's an interesting day with a lot of good races. There's a lot of favourites that on paper look like they're going to win. It never ever pans out like that. I'm fairly certain 1 or 2 of them are going to get rolled. Hopefully we found the right ones to do that job for us. If we're right on the day, we could be in for a fairly reasonable day. So good luck to everybody. Good luck if you play for yourselves on Sunday. And let's hope we turn the corner and get back on track to where we've been in past years. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and good luck tomorrow.